Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of Kervin, aka KD, and yup, we're interviewing the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Mark, how's life, man?
Man, life is good.
Now,
I am truly blessed.
You're truly blessed. You had a great career with the WWE, 20 plus years. The question is, are you officially retired?
Well, I was just about to ask you, you said had. Like, had is not in that equation yet.
Okay.
Until I sign a contract saying I'm doing something else, I'm still current in town.
Now, do you see yourself continuing your career with the WWE, or?
Oh, most definitely. Like,
okay.
you know, we've talked about the future and all the stuff that I'm doing now, and how to not only monetize it, but be more effective and have the time to do everything. Everything is on the up and up.
Now, what are some of your goals still in the WWE that you want to accomplish before when it's time to actually hang it up?
Well, I mean, as far as like goals in the ring, I want to make sure that my legacy stays intact. You know, that's foremost in everything. I don't ever want to go in the ring and be like, I can't do something. The time has passed, or you know, I can't do that, or whatever. I want people to remember me the way that I've always, the standard that I've always set, and you know, that's just the way it's got to be.
You want fans to remember you on top.
Exactly. You want them to remember you at your best.
Now, do you think there's a possibility that one day you can become a WWE champion?
I mean, I can become champion tonight if I run out there, but that's not good business. I want everything to be structured and the company and myself to be on the same page. But you know, it's just a matter of time to figure out how it's all going to play out.
In my opinion, becoming WWE champion is the only thing left in your career. You've accomplished so much, and that's why I actually, brought it up, because I think that's the only thing you haven't accomplished, and fans actually want you to become a champion. And at one point, I thought you were going to become a champion was when you faked your retirement in the ring with John Cena. Was that a segment that you came up with? Was it your idea?
Well, you know, it's one of those things, man. Like, the inside of our business is the inside of our business.
Yeah.
On the outside, you have to watch like everybody else. When I talk about the business, I talk about the business in what has happened and not what's going to happen. You know, people sell wolf tickets all day long.
Exactly.
They're just wolf tickets. You know, I've been champion multiple times, and there's a level of responsibility that comes with being champion. You're there every night. There's no really time off. You're pretty much on call. You mandatory have to have at least 140 shows. So then being champion, you add another 25, 30 days to that as marketing. And then there's people that want third-party appearances, second-party appearances. Now you're looking at 165, 175 days a year. I got two small kids. You know, like, my days of being the adventure man on the road is over. You know, so I try to stay in my lane. I try to stay where I know that I can handle all of that and my house don't suffer.
I mean, at the end of the day, family is first.
Yeah.
So, it's all about what you can do.
And I pay my dues to be able to make that assessment, to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna relax and be more with my family than being on the road, even though I love my road family. But in all families, you don't always get along with everybody.
Exactly. We all got a cousin or two that we don't like,
So you walk in, sometimes you see them, you're like, jeez,
Oh, why you're here? You know what? Pass me the rice. Yeah. How's the family? Good. All right. Pass me the rice.
Goodbye. Well, it was a good scene.
Mark, early in your career, you started with the Nation of Domination with Ron Simmons, The Rock, D'Lo Brown, and Kama, who later became The Godfather. What did you learn from those guys that helped you in your career after?
Planning, preparation. If you're on time, you get there at showtime, you're like, be early. That's kind of the way the nation went. We spent a lot of time together, but we also spent a lot of time away from each other. And for me to be able to benefit from all the knowledge that The Rock had and Ron Simmons and Godfather, they've been in the business for 10 years, 20 years. Collectively, more than I had. I've been there a few months. And I really do thank God for all of the lessons that I learned, because those guys were well seasoned and they just brought me along.
Now, you still keep in touch with some of those guys?
All of them.
Yeah. Just recently you did a episode of Table for Three on the WWE Network.
Yeah.
Did The Rock actually get you guys watches, and did he truly get
You want
mindset
an expose? You asking me questions like you gonna break news to the wrestling fans of the world. Like, stop doing that. Like, the shit is what it was. You know, the dude sent us a watch. I enjoy the watch. I haven't worn it yet. Anything else about the watch you want to know?
No, that's about it. I seen the watch enough on WWE. I just wanted to see if The Rock actually, sent that over. If he did, great. I'm just,
My thing is when is he ever gonna send Ron Simmons one?
That's true.
That's what you should ask.
Yeah, I want to know.
I found that's the funniest thing.
Hopefully one day we get The Rock on the Yep, I Like Wrestling YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel to make sure.
They want you on the show, man.
The Rock, come on down, The Rock. We want you. We want to interview you. Wow. How was it like working with Mae Young?
Working with Mae was unbelievable because, I don't know if you saw pictures of Mae when she was in her 20s. Like, if she was here now, she'd be one of the prettiest divas. Like, she was amazing. Like, she was a Miss Texas, one of those that almost Miss USA type girls, and got into wrestling, and you didn't realize how tough she was. Like, this is a woman that came into wrestling during a time when men were very open about the disdain for women being in the business. They didn't think that women had a place. And I can't remember who the guy she said it was, but he just gave her a real hard time. And she told him one day, she was like, look, you gotta lay off. I can only take so much. And he just kept on giving it to her. And she was tough as nails. She was tough as nails, but she told him, she said, look, it seemed like somebody that talks so much would at least have their fly zipped up. And he bent down to open his fly, and she kicked him in the balls. That was Mae Young. She was tough, man. Like, I watched the Dudleys powerbomb her off the top rope through a table. And she was 73 or 74 at the time. Like, man, she was just made from some different stuff. She was just really, really tough and overly aggressive at times. But everybody respected her because she never spoke unless there was something dealing with her. And I try to tell people that all the time. Like, mind your business. Like, only talk about stuff that relates to you, and you'll be all right. And she was one of those that was that way.
I mean, people say, if you mind your business, you'll live longer.
You know what? That's a good analogy.
Ice Cube said one time, if you want your marriage to last, don't let no one into your business. If you want your life to last, get out of everyone else's business.
Very good.
Mae Young lived a very long life.
Yeah, she did, and I miss her every day.
And in my opinion, you guys had such great chemistry together. Like, you guys were both from Texas, but you two came from two different worlds. You guys were different people in every aspect. But for some reason, you two were in an angle together. It was money. It was great.
Yeah, we had a good time. Like, I believe that it's easier to work with somebody you like, and I liked her a lot. So it was very easy to do.
Wow. How was it like working with The Undertaker in WrestleMania 22?
You know what, man? Like, anytime that you blessed with the opportunity to be with one of the best guys in history, you can only look at it from a learning experience. Win, lose, or draw, you're in there with the best. And how does the best prepare? How does the best perform? And how does the best react afterwards? And that was kind of like the way I looked at it. I looked at it like a case study. And I studied what happened and what was said. And, you know, I became a better wrestler because of it.
Now, is he everything people say he is? Meaning,
If it's good?
No, we're talking about good.
Okay.
Good.
Then yeah.
For example, a lot of people have talked about how Undertaker was someone you can go up to for advice. He was always willing to teach the young wrestlers in the locker room.
It depended on you, on who the individual was. Everybody couldn't just walk up to the Undertaker and talk to him. It's like walking up to Vince or walking up to Michael Jordan. These guys in the NBA that played against Michael Jordan, they never had a conversation with him because they knew that he was on another level. He had a lot of stuff going on. He had a lot of business. He had to get ready to play. Like, you know, like you didn't have time. He would carve out time if he thought you were deserving of it and that you really wanted to learn something. If he was going to say something to you, he was only going to say it once. And then that it was up to you to apply it immediately so he could see it and go, you know what, that's not the way you do that. But I appreciate you doing it because I asked you to do it. That's the way he was. And if he told you to do something and he took his time to watch your match and to see if you applied it and you didn't, you might as well not even talk to him no more. You were speaking on deaf ears. He had a lot to do.
Now, Mark, you've been in a ring with very notable names.
Stars.
Yes, exactly. Was Undertaker the toughest competitor you ever been in the ring with?
Yes. Because of expectation and the pressure of living up and just to be in that spot. Like, people were jealous and like backstabbing, like, man, how you get to work with Taker? You know, like it was serious.
It's competition.
It was competition, but everybody knew that you were going to be at the top of the card. You know, everybody want to be up here so they can be recognized as, man, I'm above everybody else. And I enjoyed those moments. I learned a lot from them, and I had a lot of them because every time I was in there, I was better.
Yeah,
and they were like, shoot.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about being in a ring with someone like The Undertaker, or even the best of any field or any sport. In order to get better, you have to face the best talent, and that's the only way you're going to improve and go up the ladder in any field possible. Now, Mark, if you were to have one last run in the WWE, and Vince told you, I want you to have your retirement match in WrestleMania, if you can have an angle with anyone leading up to WrestleMania to have that one match with, who would it be and why?
You know what? It'd be very hard for me to answer that question. There's a lot of people I think that are deserving, but I look at it from the standpoint, there's so many deserving people that I feel like I would slight somebody. My career is etched in stone. Like, long after I'm dead, people will know that I existed. And on multiple fronts. But as far as sports entertainment or professional wrestling is concerned, I had very few equals. I had a lot of contemporaries, but I'm proud of the work that I put in. And I'm not worried about where people today think that I should be. It won't be their decision. It'll be my peers. And they'll be the ones that say, you know, Mark Henry was a top 10 big guy. He was a top 20 big guy. wrestler of all time. Like it's up to my peers.
Exactly, and one day you will be recognized in the WWE Hall of Fame. One day, I think there's no wrestling fan that would deny that. And if the day does come that you are inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, who would you like to induct and why?
I probably would either have The Rock and my son induct me, but I really don't think that I will allow myself to be put in that position to be inducted until Owen Hart gets inducted. And
you were very close to Owen Hart, right?
Oh yeah, he's like a brother to me. So like if I could talk to his family and talk to his wife and get him in a situation where we want to go in together, then that would be the ultimate thing to me. If not, then it might be a while before I get inducted.
Now, they might have someone like yourself inducted in Texas, or they might have someone like Owen Hart inducted in Canada. It really doesn't matter to you, right?
No, there's only one Hall of Fame. And that's the elite of the elite, the 1% of all the great wrestlers in history. And Owen should be in that group.
I definitely. I think every wrestling fan will actually agree with that.
To bring attention to that situation, I'd be willing to risk my entrance into the Hall of Fame to do so.
Now that leads me to my next question, and I think I know the answer to this since you mentioned Owen Hart. Who is the funniest wrestler you have ever traveled with? Sense of humor wise.
Owen Hart was the biggest practical joker. But Santino Marella was really, really funny.
Really?
He didn't have to tell jokes. He just had to talk, tell stories. The stuff he grew up doing.
Do you have any Santino stories, short stories?
I can't do it. I can't do it like him because, he had guys named like Big Head George and Loose Teeth Lenny and stuff like. It was ridiculous. Like if you meet Santino. Tell you a story about Big Head George.
Big Head George?
Bro.
All right. If we ever have Santino Marella on the Yep I Like Wrestling YouTube channel, which you should subscribe, we are going to ask him about that.
Santino, if you see this, call these guys and tell them about Big Head George.
I'm surprised you said Santino Marella. Do you have any stories of Owen Hart that you'd like to share?
Oh God, yeah. Like Owen and I used to ride together, and we used to play practical jokes on people. And mostly Owen. I was just along for the ride.
Okay.
And we decided to play a practical joke on my mom. And so he called my mom, and my mom was, very prideful, and she worked hard for her house. And basically, outside of me and my brother, that house was all she had. And so me and Owen called, and Owen act like he was an insurance man. And he told her that she hadn't paid her taxes in 5 years, and that he was going to take her house. And my mom was a church lady, and she cussed his ass out. Boy, I had never heard my mom use those four-letter epithets before, but she threw them out.
I can imagine which 4 letters those are.
Man, she was letting him have it, and then finally it got to the point where I started feeling real bad, and I was just like, Mom, no, stop it. I'm just playing. She was like, I'm gonna kick your ass when I see you. And it was the funniest thing in the world because she had never talked like that. And I had a good time with it, man. I razzed up out there for about 5 or 6 years. And until her untimely death, that was one thing that we used to always get a laugh about. Yeah.
God rest his soul. Wow. I mean, Owen Hart is loved by wrestling fans all around the world, and we all speak together. We want Owen Hart in the WWE Hall of Fame someday. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at Atlantic Social in Brooklyn, across the street from Barclays Center, with the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, comment this video, share this video, tell all your friends about it. Mark Henry, any last words you want to tell fans where they can find you on social media?
Guys, you can find me at the Mark Henry on everything. I'm pretty easy to find, and I try to accept everybody within reason.
Make sure you don't get this man mad, man. You know, I try to ask him some questions, man. I'm surprised he didn't choke me. I'm thankful he didn't choke me.
Nobody for free. I like my freedom.
Don't tell that to Sonny Sofrito, because I think he'll pay you. Because I actually do piss him off.
Well,
so please.
we'll talk about that later.
Well, we definitely will. We definitely will, Mark.
Keep on good behavior.
I will. Since you said that, I'll do my best. Guys, thank you for watching.